My name is Clara. I am 26 years old. I live with my mother in a small town by the sea. Every morning smells like salt and fresh bread. My father left when I was a little girl. He never came back. One day I asked my mother why he left. She said it was better not to talk about him. After that, I never asked again. I work in a bakery cafe near the harbor. Every day is the same. I make coffee, I serve bread, I clean tables, then I go home. I see the same faces every day. I hear the same words. I work the same hours. I don't have many friends. I don't go out much. I tell myself I don't need to. People always leave. My father left. A friend from school left. Even someone I loved left. So I decided to stop hoping. I decided to stop feeling it. But one morning, everything changed. A man walked into the cafe. He looked new in town. I took his order. He wanted black coffee with no sugar. He didn't smile. He paid and left. I didn't think about him again, but the next day he came back. Same time, same order. Then he came back the day after that too. He never said much. He just looked quiet and thoughtful. I tried not to care, but something about him stayed in my mind. Why did he keep coming back? Maybe he liked the coffee, maybe not. On the fourth morning, I opened the cafe. He was already sitting by the window. He looked up. He said softly, "Hi." Just that one small word. My heart jumped. But I didn't show it. I only nodded. The next few days, he said nothing again. Then one morning, he asked me, "Do you like working here?" I said, "It's okay." That was all. But his words stayed in my head all day. After that, I started waiting for him. I looked at the clock before his usual time. I stood near the counter. I pretended to clean, but really I was waiting. And when he came in, something inside me felt calm. It was like a small light turning on. Then one day he didn't come. Not that day. Not the next day. Not even the next day. I told myself it didn't matter, but my chest felt heavy. The cafe felt quieter than usual. After 4 days, he returned. He said, "Sorry, I had to go out of town." He smiled a little. I wanted to smile too, but I just said, "Oh." Still, I was glad he came back. He started coming every day again. We talked a bit more each time. He told me about his job in the city. He told me about his younger sister. I told him about my mother. I told him how I stopped trusting people. He listened. He really listened. I didn't know talking could feel so easy. For the first time in years, I began to think maybe not everyone leaves. Then one Saturday morning, he came in with a woman. She smiled at him. She whispered something that made him laugh. They sat at our usual table. He didn't look at me. I brought their coffee. He said, "Thanks. Nothing else." I finished my shift. I went home. I didn't eat dinner. I tried to read, but the words looked blurry. My heart felt cold again. I knew this would happen, I told myself. People always leave. He didn't come for 3 days. On the 4th day, he returned alone. He came to the counter. He said, "Can we talk?" I didn't answer. He continued, "The woman with me that day was my sister. She came to visit for one day. I wanted her to see the cafe I always talk about." I looked up at him. His voice was nervous. It wasn't proud. Something in me softened. He said quietly, "I thought you were angry, but I didn't want to disappear from your life. I didn't know what to say. I only whispered, 'Why do you care?'" He smiled. He said, "Because you're the reason this place feels like home to me." For a moment, I couldn't speak. Then he asked, "Can I come back tomorrow?" I said, "Yes." And he did. Every day, same coffee. No sugar. But now we laughed. We talked about music, rain, and dreams. Later, I met his sister again. She smiled. She said, "I told him not to mess it up." I laughed for the first time in weeks. He met my mother one evening. They talked for a long time. Afterwards, she said, "He's kind. And you seem happy." She was right. One night, we walked along the quiet beach. I told him I used to be afraid to feel anything, but not anymore. He said, "You don't have to be afraid. I'm here." And I believed him, because now I know not everyone leaves. Some people stay. Some people change your life quietly just by being there. Before I met him, I lived with my heart closed. It was like a locked door. But when someone knocked gently and waited, I realized I could open it again. When we close our hearts, we shut out pain, but we also shut out kindness, friendship, and love. Life begins again when we find the courage to open our hearts. Have you ever met someone who made you believe in love again? Share your story in the comments.